Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is SCB Rush from the UEN.com giving you guys some tips and strategy on scouting. A lot of people ask me that when they scout, they don't seem to get any vital information on the enemy's base. So I want to talk about three things. When you scout, you want to make sure to find out these three things. Number one, is the enemy cheesing? Is he doing some kind of super early proxy rush? If he's doing that, you want to make sure you get your defense up really as fast as possible. So stop production of all SCVs or orbital command or whatever. And number two, is the enemy doing some kind of push? If the protoss go for an early cybernetics core and he's upgrading his cybernetics core, or he's getting a super fast gas, he might be going for some kind of push for stalkers. Or if you see a roach worn down and you don't see the second gas, he's doing some kind of push. And number three is the enemy teching. And I'm going to go right into the first example I'm going to be showing you. This is a 2-on-2 game. 2-on-2 games are more cheese heavy, meaning that people likes to rush very easily. I sent two SCV out. The first SCV is for building the supply depot at night, and then the second SCV is for scouting. And I scout really early because, you know, if you scout early, you can prevent most cheese strategies. If you scout at 12, you might not scout it in time, and you know, you might not be able to defend your base properly. And then and I see these two SCVs, but I wasn't sure if he was trying to harass me or he's trying to proxy me, because usually people send one SCV, so I'm gonna go check out his base. And then I see, or my teammate scouts him again, and I see that he is harassing. He is building two barracks outside of our base, so we just decided to go back and harass those SCVs to prevent him from building anything really. And if you could just do this and auto attack their workers while macroing up, then you are guaranteed to secure a victory. And you can see that his economy is way lower than all of us. I just killed another SCV, first blood in this game, and we're just cracking up because he can't build his barracks. You know, he's doing a proxy rush, but his barracks is slower than our usual barracks, standard barracks. So here's a cheap and effective way to scout. I simply build a barrack on the side of my base and then lift off to scout the enemy. You notice that the Terran player is on the side of me and he blocked his ramp. So the only way to scout his base and find out what he's doing is to do this or use a scanner sweep. Now I'm gonna see him and he's putting down two starports. That usually means banshees. So I'm just gonna build Vikings myself to counteract that, and I do have engineering base, so that's good. One thing you want to keep in mind is that mules or scanner sweep is really expensive. It costs 270 minerals in terms of if you summon a mule instead. So you really want to make sure that you use your mule only on important situations. And yeah, you want to keep up with the macro of protoss because they have chrono boost, and zerg because they have larva injection. So here's another scouting tip for you guys. This is I'm about to scout the enemy right now, and I see a temple. So temple is not the cheesiest cheese, but it's very early harassment by the enemy player. So, and I scout the other enemy's base, and he already has two zerglings. His spawning pool is already finished. So this guy went for like an 8 pool, and his teammate went for like a 10 pool. And I decided immediately I stop production of SCVs, and I start building more barracks in this team game to block off my ramp. Because if you could just block off your ramp and stop that early harassment, you will gain an economic lead because you have more workers, and that will pretty much make you have a big advantage mid game. So here's a quick demonstration on scouting on big maps. I set my SCV at 11 and right before I constructed my barracks, and then I'm just scouting him and finding out what he's doing, and then I see his nexus and a new forge. So I know that he's going for some kind of strong macro build. So at this point I can either make a decision to either number one expand, or number two do a strong push. And he's going for a forge, so early offense is not very good against static defense like photon cannons. So I decided to put down an expansion myself to compensate for his strong macro play. Here are some tips and tricks for scouting. You notice that my barracks is on the top of a plateau, and normally you can't get here. I flew my barrack from the bottom of the ramp to the top of the ramp so I can capture the Zelnaga tower. Normally you have to destroy the destructible rocks to actually get up here. So, and then I'm gonna fly my barracks to the other side. So here I'm going to be scouting with my SCV on the Zerg player, and the fastest way to get to find out what he's doing is go through the middle of the base. And right now I'm gonna click on a piece of mineral, so my SCV has 0 collision size and I'm able to get out safely, and he also wasted a lot of mining time trying to attack it. I hope you guys liked that video. If you guys want to see more strategies and tips, go to our YouTube channel, the UEN TV, and subscribe to our channel. We update our contents daily, and I would really appreciate it if you do it. Thanks for listening. This is SCV Rush signing off.